Hello, beautiful souls. I'm Psychic Medium Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm kicking off the month with readings. I'm going to do a love reading and a money reading. This reading is for my fixed signs. And so before I forget, my website is PsychicMediumNicole.com. And I'm also, in July, I'll be teaching my tarot course live with the Wisdom of Tarot. And so again, that can be found out on my website. But let's get into this energy. And so I want you to take what resonates, trust what feels aligned, and leave the rest. And so we're looking at the fixed signs, the stabilizers, as I said earlier. And the fixed signs are dependable, stubborn, consistent, and hardworking. And so we're going to look at love first and then money. Spirit, Holy Spirit, what messages and love do you have for my fixed signs? What do my fixed signs need to know about love? Whenever you see this message is timeless. Spirit, what messages do you have in love for my fixed signs? Alright, on the bottom of the deck, I have disharmony, triggers, and conflict. And on the top, I have freedom, leap, Uranus, and opportunities. So I feel like you could be experiencing some type of conflict with others at this time. And maybe you're looking to be free. Maybe you're looking to go in another direction, or your spirit or soul is triggering something in you that it's like, okay, it's time to go maybe in a new direction. Maybe you're wanting your freedom. Maybe you're tired of fighting with this individual, right? So the first card out, though, besides the top and the bottom, I always like to look at that, is fulfillment, wishes. So what is fulfilling to you in love? Maybe you feel unfulfilled with this connection that you maybe have conflict with, right? I feel like you're wanting something maybe different, something more fulfilling, something more free. Okay, maybe something more free. I feel like you are completing some type of cycle. I feel like there's some kind of, as it says, change, right? This butterfly energy. I feel like you've been in a cycle maybe of conflict or disharmony in your love life, and you're ready for a new cycle. So something is completing so that you can step forward and take a new leap of faith, right? This is more full energy when it comes to tarot. This is more world energy. So I feel like some type of cycle may be ending and completing regarding your love life, something that Spirit wants you to have more fulfillment, or maybe something you've been wishing. Maybe you've been wishing to be done with this connection or partnership if it's bringing you disharmony and triggering you and creating conflict. Okay, I feel like there is a message here for my fixed signs to work on your self-love. Right? Maybe you have self-love issues. Maybe you've been settling. Maybe you've been in this connection that's a lot of conflict and disharmony because there is a wound there, right? A self-love wound. So what does that look like for you? I feel like there's something you need to heal within yourself before you can, you know, maybe move on to the, or have a new relationship, a new healthy relationship. There's something unhealthy about this connection that you're in or you've been in, okay? And then we have until debt tear us apart, contracts, career commitment, Saturn energy. Right? Again, I feel like this is a contract that you're in. We all have contracts. I speak about this often. So anyone that you are in a connection with is a contract, right? It could either be a healthy contract or a toxic contract. But again, every contract has purpose. It's meant to teach us lessons. So this particular contract, I feel, is coming to maybe a close, an end, right? Maybe the lesson for this particular relationship was to teach you self-love, to teach you to choose yourself, right? If this individual is constantly triggering you, there's constant conflict, okay? But it was a contract, a commitment, something it was meant to teach you. And once you learn the lesson, then it's time to move on. I feel like a lot of my fixed signs, you could be closed off or guarded or resistance. Maybe you've been even resistance to this change, right? This change that the universe has been trying to bring in. Maybe you feel like there's no purpose. I'm just gonna stick it out, or, oh, it's not that bad all the time. And you kind of keep just staying, even though maybe you want to go. Right? You've gotten too comfortable in this contract that's disharmony, okay? Because I feel like it may be eating away at you, or maybe even your self-esteem, right? This is kind of Five of Pentacles energy, rejection, loss, feeling fragmented. I feel like you may be feeling like you're losing yourself in this connection. You don't know who you've become, right? This connection has changed you, okay? And as a result, it has made you more guarded, more closed off, more resistant, okay? So I feel like for my fixed signs, you need to heal some type of wound around self-love. Because when you love yourself, you choose only the best. You will not settle for, fighting and arguing and conflict. I mean, don't get me wrong, no relationship is perfect, but again, when we choose from our wounds, we tend to stay in misaligned connections that are not healthy for us. And so Spirit is saying it's time to wrap it up. It's time to close it out. This contract, this Saturn, this lesson has been learned. Okay? So yeah, fixed signs, that's the message for your love life. Now let's take a look at your money. All right, Spirit, what messages do you have for my fixed signs regarding their money? What's coming in for them? What message do you have for the fixed signs regarding their money, Spirit? Show me the truth. Spirit, what messages do you have for the fixed signs regarding their money? All right, fixed signs, kind of got a roller coaster when it comes to your money. So the first card out is the Seven of Pentacles. So I feel like you've been waiting for your harvest. You've been waiting. There's things that maybe you have planted and you're waiting for it to bear fruit. So I feel like things could be really slow right now regarding your money and finances, because I have several delay cards. So I also have the Hermit energy here, the Hangman energy, and the Five of Pentacles. And so I feel as though you've maybe been trying to go inward, trying to figure out what to do, what path to go on, right? The Hermit has this lantern because he's seeking inner wisdom. Like the Hermit is soul searching. So I feel like you're soul searching, trying to figure out your purpose, why you're here, what you're supposed to be doing with your career, right? That leads to the money. What you've been investing in is taking some time to grow and manifest, right? Every season is not a harvest season. We got to plant it, we got to nurture it, we got to water it, we got to till the soil, all the things. And so I feel as though you are being asked to step into more of an emperor energy and put in the hard work, right? The emperor is structured, disciplined, has a routine, and you need to put in more work, okay? I feel as though maybe you feel like, I don't know if you've been in limbo, or things are at a standstill, things just aren't moving, which makes sense of why this Five of Pentacles is here. So the Five of Pentacles speaks of hardship. If it speaks of that fragmented energy that I was speaking about in your love life. And so I feel like this energy could be spilling between love and money, right? I feel like it could be affecting both areas of your life. And that's a mindset shift that needs to happen. Okay, right? There's some type of enlightenment that you need. This is why the wisdom, the Hermit and the Hangman is here. So you need to gain some type of enlightenment, a higher perspective, a new perspective. Okay, to shift your finances. This is like scarcity mindset. Okay, you're feeling unsupported. I feel like many of my fixed signs could feel unsupported or just struggling right now financially, waiting for things to pick up, money to pick up. But I feel like this is Spirit's way of saying there's something you need to take more action on. Maybe you've been kind of nonchalant or just doing a little of this, a little of that, but not having a dedicated, consistent routine and putting in that work to get yourself out of this Five of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles energy. Okay, so I feel like my fixed signs, you guys are needing to put in the necessary time, money, resources, energy in order to make some kind of financial shift. Okay, and you can also feel just really burdened right now. When we are going through financial hardships, it just seems like when it rains it pours, right? My love life isn't going well, I'm arguing, I'm fighting, my finances are down, right? But everything is energy, vibration, and frequency. So everything plays off of each other. So if you're fighting and having conflict in your relationship, then of course you're not going to have the energy and motivation to put into improving your finances or looking for a job or increasing your business. So I feel like that this is also why maybe why Spirit is saying, it's time to wrap this cycle up. If this person is not elevating you to the best, highest version of yourself, because it's spilling over into your money and finances. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. But yeah. So yes, fixed signs, that's your message for love and money. So whenever you see this message is for you. And again, if you want to connect with me, my website is PsychicMediumNicole.com. And please, wherever you see this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe, all of the things, okay? All right, fixed signs, be good to yourself, and I'll see you next time. Bye.